I have a beautiful story I'd like to share with you. It's a story about love, fear, patience, and the power of trust. This is the folktale of the lion's whisker. Once upon a time, in a quiet village, there lived a kind woman who had recently married a man with a young son. The man had been widowed, but he was a very nice and kind man. They got married and had a beautiful life. But there was one problem. She longed to be accepted by the boy, but he kept his distance. It wasn't hatred that fueled his silence. It was fear. He had grown up hearing that stepmothers were evil, and so he believed that every kind act she showed was a trap. He tried to protect himself. If she cooked him food, he thought she was trying to soften him before harm. If she smiled, he wondered if it was fake. The woman did not know this. She only saw that her stepson avoided her, and in her heart she felt unwanted. She tried harder, overcompensating with kindness. She gave him more food than her own children, more attention, more gifts, hoping he would love her. But instead of warming his heart, it frightened him even more. To the boy, her action seemed too much, too fast, like a storm of affection that could not be trusted. And this hurt the woman. Feeling hopeless, the woman went to a healer in the village. With tears in her eyes, she begged, "Please, give me a potion to make my stepson love me. I do not know what else to do. I have tried everything. I have done everything that I think I should be doing." The kind and wise healer thought for a moment and replied, "There is a way. I will help you. I will give you some potions that will work, but I will need something from you. I will need a lion's whisker to make the potion." The woman gasped, "A lion? Surely, that is impossible." But she loved her family too much to give up. She wanted them to be a unit. So she gathered her courage and decided to do it. And so she set off towards the mountains where a great lion roamed. She came up with a plan that every day she would approach the lion, and slowly by slowly she would form a connection with the lion. She would approach the lion's cave, not too close at first, and leave some food at a safe distance, and quietly wait. And the lion would emerge, take the food, and retreat. Slowly, over days and weeks, she edged closer. She moved with patience, with gentleness, never rushing, never forcing. And they formed a connection. With the lion. The lion began to trust her presence. One day, now that they were friends, if I would say, as the great beast ate beside her calmly, she reached out with trembling hands and plucked a single whisker from its face. Triumphant, she ran back to the healer and presented the whisker. "Here, now you can make me the potion. I have waited for so long." The healer smiled gently. "It is no potion. What you needed to learn, you have already learned. The same patience you showed the lion, you must now show your stepson." The woman stood frozen as the truth sank in. She had tried to force the boy's love with grand gestures, but trust, like a lion, could not be tamed by force. It needed time, consistency, and gentleness. From that day, she changed her approach. Instead of overwhelming the boy, she slowed down. She gave him space. She showed kindness in small, steady ways. And over time, the boy opened his heart. He never knew that the reason as to why his stepmom was feeding the lion was in an attempt to earn his love. And he could see that the woman had changed, or rather the stepmom had changed, and she was more gentle nowadays. So one day he told her, "I never hated you. I was just afraid. I thought you were pretending to be kind so you could hurt me. I am sorry." But the woman hugged him and told him, "If feeding a lion was what made me earn your love or learn how to love you, then it was worth the risk." Tears filled both their eyes as they embraced gently. The boy had never needed a potion, only patience and love, just like the lion. And so, diary darlings, the story reminds us that trust is fragile. We cannot rush it, nor can we force it. True love and acceptance grow slowly with patience, persistence, and gentleness. Just as even the fiercest lion can learn to trust, so can anyone. Just be slow, be patient, and approach with gentleness. Well, diary darlings, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, share this story, subscribe for more folktales and bookish content. Until then, goodbye and stay fabulous.